Hey everyone, so I'm back here with another video. This time around I have another movie review to share with you guys. And as you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I'm going to try to do this without too many spoilers, but here is my spoiler warning, just in case I do share too much information, but I'm going to try my best not to share too much. Uh, Basically, my first thoughts on the movie are that as setup for the next trilogy, of course, it's a perfectly decent movie. It did the job. It didn't reveal too much information going. Well, sorry, that was my PS4. It didn't reveal too much information going into it, while still revealing a good deal of information. It didn't sort of give everybody the whole story right off the bat, and it is gonna reveal more of it as the series progresses. Uh, Pretty much, I think that if you are very familiar with the expanded uh, universe of Star Wars, that you will be aware of maybe some of the details that not the general viewer might be aware of. Sorry if I worded that poorly, but basically, if you know more about the series, you probably have more of an idea of what's going to be going on. The characters and the actors playing the new characters involved, especially, I still don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, Pox, something. It starts with a P, and he's apparently the Resistance's best pilot. Uh, the guy who's playing him is pretty decent at that role. Finn, the sort of reformed stormtrooper, is also played by an actor that has some pretty decent comedic timing, at least in moments where it's sort of called upon for him to be kind of funny. He's pretty decent, but also he is very serious in his role as well, which I really like. As for Rey, this girl, I don't know where they found her. I honestly can't think of anything that this actress has been in before. I really don't recognize her. But if any of you know what else she's been in, please just let me know in the comment section below. Um, she was amazing in her role, and definitely cannot wait to see more of her in the upcoming sequels. Um, Pretty much the big thing that's obviously different from this trilogy compared to the last trilogy that came out is that they definitely went for more practical effects and real sets. Uh, and it was definitely a lot better that they went for that rather than the fully CGI sets from episodes 1, 2, and 3. And not to say that the entire movies were all CGI, but most of the movies, uh, most of the parts of the movies were in CGI, and they just looked like a terrible mess of bad graphics. Uh, Definitely looked a lot better this time around. I was disappointed that some of the characters I was expecting to see more of, I didn't see enough of. Not to say that I was just wanting for them to be more present in the movie, more so that they just really weren't that present in this movie. And I hope that in episodes 8 and 9, or however they're going to do it now, that they are more present. I'm almost certain that these characters are going to come back. I don't see them sort of just going away after this first movie. I How can I put it? I'm excited to see more, but also I'm not like overly enjoyed and extremely satisfied by what I did see. Um, I suppose the way that I can put it is that it definitely made me want to see more, but only so that I get a sort of better idea of what's going on here. Because at this time being, it's not a disappointment. Definitely not a disappointment. But who knows where the story's going to go, and was the setup in this movie adequate enough to sort of propel the story forward into like some crazy, over the top, huge we all want from it. And I suppose the final thing that I should probably mention is that the actors that did come back, um, let's see, basically, how can I put this without spoiling this movie? Um, a lot of the characters that did come back, they were very enjoyable in their scenes. At moments, it did seem like it was a little bit of, I suppose, fan service, just including them there for the fans, but less so than in the not the first trilogy, the sequel trilogy, where all these characters from the original trilogy were sort of just crammed in to be there for the amusement of the audience and the fan base. This time around, it felt like they were definitely more well integrated into the story than in the prequel trilogy that sort of included these characters just as Easter eggs or other things like that. Basically, nothing characters in the background or some nonsense like that. Basically, it was enjoyable to see some of the returning characters, and other ones I wish they had stayed involved in the action and the story a little bit longer, but what can you do? Sometimes a cameo appearance is all you can really do. But I did enjoy what I saw from those returning characters. Sorry. So basically, if you are not a Star Wars fan or have not even caught up with just the main movies, I highly suggest that you go watch all those movies at least before actually going to go watch this movie here. It would definitely help if you know more of the expanded sort of history of the Star Wars universe, but I doubt it's all that important because they pretty much tell you most of what you need to know throughout the course of this movie here, the seventh episode. And hopefully throughout the next two, they release sort of more information in a sort of more natural way rather than just tossing information at you and expecting you to just go with it. Hopefully they are more sort of, how can I put it, that they actually take the time to make the story make sense rather than just trying to figure out ways to cram in the information. Anyways, these were my thoughts on Star Wars The Force Awakens. Hopefully there weren't too many spoilers in there and this gave you some kind of an idea of what to expect. But yeah, I suppose that's it. As always, leave comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below, and also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out if you'd like, and yep, that's it. See ya.